that's real good.
Good day, viewers, and welcome to Generation C. Today we are showcasing our school's culture, history, and connection.
I'm Sakis Namene, a learner at C-Concordia College, and today I'm joined by none other than
Rosalia.
So we're going to take a closer look on what makes our school actually stand out.
So don't forget to catch the My Zone paper in the Republican, the Namibian Sun, and the AZ.
You can also tune in on Generation C every Thursday at 2 p.m. on My Zone socials. Also at 5 p.m. on DSTV channel 285 and Go TV channel 25.
Let's jump into it.
Oh, that's real good.
Good day, viewers, and welcome to this week's edition of Erongo Talk. My name is Leandria Mauer.
I am your host, Frida Moloto.
I am Emerita Shikesho.
I am Patricia Tanapo.
Now, as usual, we bring you the latest news, some sports news, as well as the weather and tides.
Om die eerste wen te kry, is 'n goeie gevoel, man.
Is that the goal, Joy?
Yes, that is currently the goal.
Phenomenal. I feel nice, creative team.
To catch up for more news stories, visit our online channel, oneup2.com, or you can visit our website at www.erongo.com.na. Alternatively, you can check out our DSTV channel, channel 285, and GoTV, channel 25.
Oh, that's real good.
Welcome to the Learner's Spotlight. This is a very exciting segment where I'm joined by Janelle, who is an outstanding student here at Concordia College. Now, Janelle will just explain to us a little bit of what makes him an outstanding student here at Concordia College. So, Janelle, could you please tell us what makes you an exceptional student here at Concordia College?
Okay, so let me start off by introducing myself. So, my name is Janelle Twagoseb. You know, I've been at Concordia for 5 years now. I'm an AS learner now. So I'd say what makes me stand out at Concordia is very simple. It all comes down to a drive, an inner drive, and having priorities. So I feel overall, I have a priority of, succeeding. And also the fear of failure is also one thing that massively contributes to that. So I'd say that's definitely how I'm continually, committed to whatever I do.
So now, Janelle, as you know, most of us struggle with keeping our priorities straight. Yep. So how exactly do you keep your priorities straight?
It all comes down to, I'd say, mindset, but mindset can also be altered very easily because of distractions. So I'd say it all comes down to mindset. A solid mindset with discipline and, consistency. I feel that overall contributes to the greater scheme of things. Once your mind is fully shifted, or not fully shifted, but fully focused on one thing, like people like to call it a flow state. Mm-hmm. Once you're in that zone, you can't be taken out of it. I think that's what, contributes to my own success. When I focus on something, I zone in on something, nothing can stop me from achieving that.
Now, Janelle, as you said, your fear of failure, right? So because of your fear of failure, what challenges have you faced? That kept you going, that kept you moving, that kept you in the motion?
With all journeys, there obviously are some, minor setbacks, moments of doubt, moments where you feel like the journey really isn't worth it. But overall, I feel the challenges I faced would be time management, really focusing and mastering that concept. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you would focus on one thing. Once that, takes up most of your time, you spend too much time on it or too little time on it, and the next thing suffers or that itself suffers. So mastering time management is one thing I feel has really been a challenging,
challenge for you.
a real challenge for me. But I feel I've overcome it simply by just applying what I've learned from it and learning from past mistakes. Once you see, oh, you did not sit and study or you didn't stay after school for that physics class and you're here for this interview, then you go after this interview and you go catch up on your physics. So it all comes down to shifting your focus, and I think that's what helps me overcome those specific challenges.
So, Janelle, since we have discussed your challenges and how you kept yourself focused, I would we all want to know, what makes you such an exceptional student here at Concordia College?
I think it all comes down to God, fully accepting God, fully accepting Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. I think that automatically guarantees you success. Even though it's not short-term, or if it's short-term or long-term success, definitely it's guaranteed. Whether it's success in the long run or immediate success, there's always success in Christ. And I feel like being aligned with His will and path for my life ultimately has led to that success. I've met the right people like Mr. Rwako at school, who I never knew until my grade 9 class. Coincidentally, we just come and he's my registered teacher for grade 9. And the previous year, Miss Kanjimi was my registered teacher, and she didn't want us. She gave us over to him.
So it was like a
yeah,
shift.
exactly. That was God's work, just putting me in the right environment to thrive and with the right people to thrive. So ultimately, I'd say what makes me an outstanding learner is committing to God, aligning with His path for me, and just giving my all on my end. So the quote would be, do your best and let God do the rest. So that's basically how I succeed.
So guys, like you heard, do your best and let God do the rest.
Yes.
So Janelle, what footprint have you left behind?
Ooh, I'd say I've left a massive footprint. If I can say I've left two, honestly, I've left 2 footprints. But from a humble perspective, I'd say I've left a really great legacy at Concordia, like achieving things that have stood for so long and breaking those records. I certainly have to say that legacy has really been great. And not just the achievements itself, but what the achievements catalyze as a whole. They catalyze even more achievements from other learners in other fields. They inspire learners in other ways, whether it's sports, whether it's being the best German learner, whether it's chess, whether it's debate, whatever it is. Just showing someone that is possible, there's a capability there, and it definitely can be achieved. I feel like that overall contributes to the major success of the school. So I'd say that's how I left my footprint, not just the achievements itself, but what they ultimately bring out or catalyze.
So Janelle, as we all know, Concordia College has a variety of different groups and clubs you can join.
Yeah.
Now, what clubs exactly have you joined, and what role do you play in those clubs?
I used to do what I call club hunting. I used to club hunt. So I started off with soccer. I'm a huge soccer fan, Chelsea fans out there. I'm a huge soccer fan, and I loved football so much. I achieved so much in football as well. I used to play for the national team, the youth team under Hopsol. And it was such a great experience, such a great passion that I constantly, chased. But ultimately, God had different plans. God said, you're going to break your arm in football and come to where I want you to be. So I ended up doing debate. Funny enough, my mother and I had a conversation about this the night before. She was like, Janelle, when are you going to get involved in the school? And I was like, okay, I can't play soccer. I'm not good at chess at all. Let's go try out debate. One day I come to Mr. Rwako's class after break, or during break, I mean, and I've never looked back since then, But outside of debate, I'd say also the junior council program that the school offers. I think that's also one thing that I've really taken up and really exploited to the best of my ability. So I would say debate and the junior council program, those are the 2 I've really had an eye for since grade 9.
Grade 9. So how exactly did you join the junior council?
The junior council. Okay, it works like this. So the school's teachers, regardless of whether they know you or don't know you, the individual they see that is best suited for the junior council is the individual that they suggest, and all teachers collectively suggest learners. And out of the suggested learners, the teachers choose the best suited learner out of the suggested learners. So happened to be, from a majority standpoint, it was me. And yeah, I really appreciate, having my teachers show faith and, real confidence in me. So I would say that's one thing I'm really thankful for. But that's how you enter the junior council. Now after that process, you enter an application process in which the junior council then 100% confirms you into their program. So that's the way it goes. The school gives you the best learner, chooses the best suited one, and hands it over to the junior council.
Now, Janelle, what are your aspirations in life?
There are a lot. I'd say the ultimate goal for now is just to reach a point where I can be successful enough to give back to Concordia. I mean, whether I am the best taxi driver in Windhoek or the president of the nation itself, whatever way I can give back to Concordia, I would give back as much as I can. So I would feel that's my current goal in mind, what I aspire to do. But outside of that, I'd say I aspire to, be an inspiration to youth. I love I love engaging with youth, whether it's leadership, whether it's debate, whether it's even just soccer, sports, whatever way. I love to engage with youth. I used to be a debate coach at MHRF Primary School, and I still am, but the time is just not, allowing an opportunity to do that, But ultimately, I would just say, come to a conclusion where you've tried everything out, and that aspiration will grow just from what you've tried out. So I'd say that definitely.
So obviously, apart from your parents, God, obviously, we can't leave him out. Was there a teacher that played a major role in your life, or a learner, a friend?
Definitely. The beauty about Concordia is it's not a diamond school, and it's not called with one heart for nothing. Every teacher, every learner inspires and contributes to the success of the school in one way or another. As I stand there, I'm a product of all the learners I've sat next to in class, or all the teachers' classes I've sat in, or the principal's school I've sat in. All of them have contributed to me. And it would be difficult to, just choose one. But if I ultimately had to choose two people, I would choose Ms. Wanguta, our principal, and Mr. Ruako, one of my, teachers and my, real role models I look up to. I'd say Ms. Wanguta inspires me just because of the speeches and quotes and motivation that she gives us throughout every school event or every assembly that we host. And there's always one quote that Ms. Wanguta has been holding up against us, and that quote is, "Your attitude is like a flat tire. Unless you change it, you won't move forward." And she's been saying that for so many years, and it's just stuck in my mind. Every time I work, that's the quote I think back to. But I'd say ultimately Mr. Ruako has to take the crown. He has to take first position. I mean, he's not just helping me fulfill my potential, but everyone else in the school. He has devotion groups in the school. He has debate. He is literally hosting this as we speak, the school media team. He does everything and helps every learner achieve their fullest potential. And definitely he deserves number one. If there was a teacher of Namibia award, Mr. Ruako gets that award. Clear, easily. The whole of Concordia will agree. And that's a fact.
Okay, thank you very much, Janelle. But guys, as Janelle said, your attitude is like a flat tire. Unless you don't change it,
you don't move forward.
Thank you very much, Janelle, for your time, and have a good day.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, that's real good.
Afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
So today we are diving into our teacher segment, and today we are interviewing Mr. James Shalukeni. So, sir, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Right. Thank you for the question. All right. I am, of course, Mr. Shalukeni, a teacher, a science teacher actually, at Concordia College. Myself, mostly this question, when we are asked this kind of question, it's a little bit tricky, but let me just give you just a tip. To describe myself, if I can start off with a hardworking. I am, of course, a hardworking, and this one mostly I get it from my colleagues. That this one, he is, of course, a hardworking, and that is when I also tend to realize that yes, of course, I am really. Of course, I'm a colleague to say, because it has to do with working together with others, helping here and there. I'm one of that person that likes helping others. I can't let a colleague or someone down there. I always give a hand to help here and there. Yeah, if I can just end there.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, can you tell us about your experience here at Concordia and how teaching experience has been and how you interact with your students in and out of the classroom?
All right. Teaching experience. When I came here at Concordia, it was January 2023. That's when I started with my teaching at Concordia College, though I already taught at different schools. 2021, I taught somewhere in the north, and also I taught at Erongo region. So when I came here 2022, of course, it was a little bit of a challenge to work also in town, and since I only worked maybe there in the north end, so it was a little bit of a challenge, but I managed. Like I said, my qualities there, hardworking and helping each other, so that helped me. I taught for 3 years now, 2 years and somewhere half, and that I taught grade 8, grade 9, grade 10, currently teaching grade 10s and grade 11s, and hoping for better results for now these senior grades, which is grade 11s waiting for the national examination. So experience, of course, is actually just 2.5 years I've been here at Concordia.
Okay, so sir, in your teaching for these 2.5 years, 3 years as you said, how do you think our teaching community is unique? What makes our school unique from other schools as our teaching community?
All right. Concordia College is a very good school in terms of the colleagues, like I said, helping each other. That is what makes the working environment to be a very good one. So we have teachers that like helping each other here, and of course self-driven. So we don't have this environment whereby you need to be pushed so you go and do your work. So we are self-driven here, and that makes the whole teaching environment to be conducive also for the learners. So when we say conducive, we are talking about the teachers and the learners. They are all able to learn and teach. The teaching and experience is going well from both sides. So now, when we say the teaching environment conducive, of course, now that I'm even teaching the grade 11s, and we have, of course, the afternoon classes, mostly it was quite a challenge when we started, but I realize now that it's really going well, to a point whereby even now the performance is really going well. So we just went to attend the award ceremony that was held at Yonker, if I'm not mistaken. Was it, no, it's a David, sorry, whereby Concordia College was a top performer in AS level, Commerce region. So that is really a good one to say, because it's really an improvement if we compare it to the previous years. So just to add on that, of course, we have a little bit of challenges, but we try here and there, of course. We try here and there so that we do it for a Namibian child. Of course, and the relationship also with the learners, it helps also. If you have a good relationship with the learners, it makes the learners to be comfortable, to be coming over and then ask questions, and then it's really a good one, if we have to put it that way.
Okay, sir, just to end it off, do you have any motivational speech you want to tell to the fellow learners at school, or something that you want to say to the learners just to keep them going?
All right. Okay. Motivation. Of course, like the ones I teach, I always tell them, and they know me. And there is one quote that I like. It was spoken by Malema, Julius Malema. It says, laziness is not only in terms of physical work. You ought to read. So if you check well, or if you just go deeper with that quote, basically it's saying someone who's lazy is not only when they can't carry some stuff or they can't do some physical work. If, let's say for instance, you are not reading, then we can also call you as a lazy person in such a way that, because reading is you are feeding your mind with some information. Now, if you are not doing that, of course, you will limit the capability or the way of understanding things. So then, what I want to say here is just that the learners, of course, school is very important. You know, when we're in school, when we're told this, sometimes do this, take your studies serious. At some points, you might think that, these people. But as you go on, you realize that, of course, it's very important. And it is key. So we want our young learners or young generation to be educated, as also the late founding father always put it, that education is very important. Let's encourage everyone in the society to be educated, just so then we'll have a better society. So learners, please take the education very seriously, so that we'll have a better Namibia.
Thank you, sir. So just like Mr. James said, laziness is not the key, and you should read your books. Thank you, sir, for taking your time today for this interview. Now we're moving on to the next segment.
Thank you very much.
Oh, that's real good.
Good afternoon. My name is Rebecca, and today we are going to talk about what makes Concordia so special.
Okay, good afternoon, viewers. My name is Nguyen Ndoleta. So let's kick off to what carries our school pride by starting off with our trophies. So first thing, Concordia is blessed with talented young men, smart people. We're so good at debate. So last year we won this trophy. It's a debate trophy that only goes to one of the best teams in the school. And as much as we are so active in sports, we won the sportsmanship. And also, when it comes to academics, oh boy, we know how to kick the box, right? So we won this trophy, one of the best AS, trust me, AS school in the cluster. So there's a lot to say, you know. The trophies are so much, and I think we can actually show more.
Let's
do more. Let's show you more.
Oh, that's real good.
That's a wrap for today's episode of Generation 3. Thank you for tuning to our episode for today from Concordia.
And also don't forget to check us out on our one-pager in the Republican, the Namibian Sun, and AZ.
And to tune into our My Zone socials on channel 285 on DSTV and channel 25 on GoTV. That's a wrap from us today, from Rosalia Hambo and
Sakes Namene.
That's Buzz out.
Bye! Bye!